And then I also sat down one day with Dan Sullivan and I said, Dan, I feel really lost and I'm not sure what I should do. And he gave me some advice. And I took the advice. I did exactly what he said. And suddenly the answers started to appear. And then over the next couple of years, I started fixing what was broken.
So I got to know, what was Dan's advice?
Okay. So Dan has a system. He's got a couple
By the way,
things.
Dan Sullivan, if anyone doesn't know, if anybody gives good advice, tested advice, it's Dan Sullivan. So
Yeah,
you asked the right guy.
He's he's been one of my coaches for over a decade. He's also a good friend, and I do a podcast with him. So I have this opportunity to be with a guy who's 78 years old. He's the most productive human being I've ever known.
Wow.
He writes at least 5 books a year. So he does 4 quarterly books, and then he does an annual book as well that become like bestsellers. He does 10 podcasts, and then he leads strategic coach, and he teaches and educates at least hundreds of founders and business owners. They have over 3,000 clients. So they're known as the 800-pound gorilla in the coaching world. But here's what his advice was. So first of all, there's something called the Dan Sullivan Question.